What Mason Jyree from New to the Lions Den. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are not new, then you already know what's going on. Listen, 12 days away from Lover Boy FR. I want to welcome and thank all the new Lions to the Den. All the Lions that are new in the Den. Thank you so much. I'm glad to have you. I'm glad that I'm glad you vibing with me. This is for the Lions and the Lions only. All right. Cubs are the ones under the age of 18. We gotta make that clear. If you have not pre-saved, I need everybody to pre-save Ain't No Lover with FR. All right. And that is that, and I want the Cubs to know this is a Lion conversation. This is grown folk material. It's always gonna be grown folk material throughout it all right. Um I'm a grown man. I'm a 24-year-old grown man. All right. So that is that. You heard that? I ain't playing with you. The Lions who truly know me back in the OG days, they know I'm really whimsical. I'm comical. They know everybody want me to be so serious all the time. But yeah, I ain't gonna say everybody want me to be so serious, but listen, I need all my Lions to support 11-20-25. I need all my Lions to support 11-20-25. All right. This is for the Lions who are working towards their goals, who doing a big one. It is the month of November. You know, I don't even know what love is. I don't even know what love is. And my song dropping in 12 days. You know, really just it's just making sense. It's just really adding on top of everything in my life. And aside from the business, aside from aside from everything, the promotion, everything I've done, all right, everything is fitting. Everything is fitting. Everything I went through, all the minuscule moments, all the quiet moments where I felt like nothing was happening, all the moments where I cried, all the moments where I thought, damn, am I on the right track? All the moments where I let other people siphon my energy and take my energy away from me. All the time where I really gave attention and poured into other things that were not myself. All right, so I talk about why y'all should support. Give me 1 second, Lanes. All right, all right. So I talk about why y'all should support Ain't No Lover Boy FR, and it's always new lines coming through the den. So the proof is in the pudding. Um, I'm for the dreamers, for the people who have a dream, for the people who know, they may be different in what you want out of life. Society may be like, you're not working a regular job, you're not doing this, but that is your job and you're living off of it. People like that, big on entrepreneurship, whichever you want, whatever you want to do. Like I told y'all earlier on the last live lines, it's very important that as I grow, I want y'all to grow with me. And the reason being because if you see someone you pour into continue to grow, if you're not all the way right, you begin to become resentful towards them. And it's all about elevation. It's all about growth. I don't look down on the people who support me as beneath me. I'm here to lift you up while I elevate as well. So that whole we redoing everything. We redoing everything about how they do it, and yeah, just how they do it. I'm doing it my way, and I want the people who are on my level and who vibe with me and who see things the way I do. And with that being said, if you don't know Mason Jyree, you got to get into me, Mason Jyree. If you're new to the Lions, then welcome, welcome, welcome. Um, I feel like it's a lot of times when I can really get on these platforms, or when I will get on these platforms and sit down and talk. But I have been through a lot in life, and I have seen a lot in life, and I have done a lot in life, even though I'm 24 years old. And I feel as though because of the certain things that I've seen as a child, or like went through as a child, I had to like mature or become more adult than I was, than I should have been. And with that, it's just so many things that pour into back who I am right now, and in the future that I want for myself, and for everything that I'm working on. And I'm just all about resonance and my people being understanding me. I want the people who support me, who know me, who getting to know me to understand me, because I feel that's one of the biggest things. Growing up, I was not understood. People chose not to understand me, but now they have no choice but to understand. Now they have no choice but to see me, especially people from where I'm from. And I looked up a list of just people who come from a small town, and a lot of people don't talk about people who come from a small town and their rise to success. Is very much so different than being in a bigger city. And it's different because when you're in a smaller town, things are much more close knit. Things are much more, people know you from this, that, and the third. So in a smaller town, they already think they know you based off pretense. You know what I'm saying? So versus somewhere in Atlanta or Houston or New York, is a plethora of other people there. So ain't nobody really looking. Nobody's really looking, or in their business like that. So when you're a diamond in the rough and planted in a small town, you grew up in a small town, and it's very much so different. People are going to really be in your business. People are going to really envy you. People are going to really do this. Why? Because y'all are much closer, and when you get out of that town, they really start to freak. They really start to get, uh, jealous, envious, hateful. Now, while you're in that small town, they're still going to be jealous, envious, and hateful. They're waiting on you to prove them wrong, because they know within you, they know you already can do what you know you're capable of. But they feel the need to show you up. You find people who want to compete with you, people who feel like y'all in the same league. Whole time you don't even see them. You're not even noticing about. You're not even checking for them or noticing them. When you grow up in a small town and when you dare to be big, it's very much so different. Very much so different. And that's part of the reason why I do work from Atlanta, because it's much easier. The pressure's off me, the lights, I don't be having to deal with all that stuff, because it's a lot of precincts. Some people just have to eat their words. And one thing about it, people are gonna always have an opinion, always. Whether it's good or bad, people are gonna always have an opinion. So I just wanna make sure that, to let it be known that this is a young adult, this is young adult content. Young adult to elderly, whoever you are. No one below the age of 18, you know what I mean? Because that's not who I cater to. That's not who I make music to. That's not who I make books for. That's not who I do anything for. Once you reach that point in your life, then you may become a part of the Lions Den. But until then, things must be done in a certain way, and that just is what it is. And it's all about resonance. It's all about resonance. And if you're new to the Lions Den, if you catch me saying, and not that I care to clarify, but I have to really, think about the things that I'm saying, because the genius I am, too much be coming to me at one time, and I be trying to get it out. So I got to really slow it down, to make sure that everybody can understand what's going on. If you have not pre-saved Ain't No Lover Boy FR, it's coming out in 12 days. We really have been doing great things, great pre-saves, doing a lot of great stuff. Big, big, big things. That's the whole reason why we're here. That's the whole reason why we're doing what we're doing. I told y'all, Lions, when nobody else was looking for all those years, I kept going. I told y'all, when nobody else was looking for all those years, I kept going. So it doesn't matter if I have one person, three people. My success is inevitable. My success in the music industry or in my entertainment career is inevitable. I'm going to get there regardless, whether the people, who don't like me didn't support me or not, because it's meant for me. I was born for this, not to just tie it back, but I have the average story of the pop star, of the superstar. You know what I mean? It's like, I feel like, but because of my presentation, because of, what I look like, because I'm like a black man, we got that, the sexual identity on there. And then you also got the fact that I look like a hood nigga from the South. But that's just the only thing. That's the only difference. I feel as though, because I'm a black man, my sexual identity, and because I look like a hood nigga from the South, excuse my French, it's just, people don't think that I have that average superstar story. Grew up in the church, competitions, blase. Yeah. I've done it all, and this is part of the story that's gonna tie back into all that. This moment, this release, everything. 11/20/25 is a very serious moment. Very, very serious moment. I get passionate, and I feel as though my Lions got to see me in person. My Lions do see me. I pop on here every now and then. We got an Ain't No Lover Boy music video coming. I really, 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 I'm gonna say it once again, and I'm gonna say it again on the live. I really, really, really want Power Director to direct this music video. All right. I feel as though me and the Lions Den have shown Power Director a lot of support. You know what I mean? We've shown Power Director a lot of support, so I would really appreciate if Power Director would do the music video for Ain't No Love Boy FR. We got that coming. The main thing is that I'm ready for my Lions to see me so it can all click. It all click for y'all. Y'all be like, oh, oh. And then it's all gonna make sense. The voice, everything, me, presentation. This is him. Damn, okay. Okay, yeah. You know, and I'm gonna be seeing y'all very, very soon. I'm gonna be seeing y'all very, very soon, and that just is what it is. We're never changing it. If you're new to the Lions, then welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are not new, then I'm gonna need you to go ahead and pre-save Ain't No Lover Boy FR. Pre-save Ain't No Lover Boy FR. Contribute to the Lions Den. You know, be a part of the Lions Den. If you understand, if you know the story, if you resonate with the story, be a part of the Lions Den. We doing big, 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 big things. It's gonna get to a point that me and the Lions Den are gonna be untouchable and not to the point that where we're always gonna be seen. We doing big stuff in the Lions Den. That's the point. That's the point. Also, y'all, and I'm gonna say this once again. I don't know if it's just because of my competitive background. Because another thing I haven't told y'all about me. Of course, I was in marching band. Of course, I was in theater. Of course, I was in gospel choir. But I also played baseball and football as well. So I was a very well balanced kid for real. And I feel as though that kind of played into you know the grown man of who I am now. My competitive nature, you know, me being in marching band, me being in competitions and stuff like that. So when it comes to the music industry and how I do it, it's like a football game. So sometimes I be getting passionate. I be like, oh yeah, yeah. I'm just excited because I'm eating them up because I'm singing. I'm working my ass off. Like that just is what it is. So if I'm getting passionate, it's because I look at this as like like I got it. Like you know what I'm saying? I got it. I got it. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know if you can resonate with that, but that's just how I look at it. That's just how I look at it. And passion has always been my forte. Passion has always been my forte. The things I believe in my heart, the things that I believe, the things that I know in my heart, I'm going to have passion in. I'm going to believe in. And it's a lot of times where people make you feel as though what you are and what you want, you can't believe in it or you can't do it, especially when you come from this type of place. You know what I mean? Just tying it back because this is my story for real, for real, for real. And even if you or anybody else don't want to hear it, it's a million people somewhere else who do. It just is what it is. And when it comes down to it, I have learned to just not care about the forefront of everything, for real, for real, for real. I've learned not to care about the forefront of everything, because at the end of the day, I know I'm going to be a success. I don't care about everybody, you know. I care about overall. You hear me, Lions? I care about overall, you know, doing my big one, you know, doing my long stretch, my residual. You know what I mean? So yeah, very much so. I know what I want, and I know what I don't want, and I know who I want on my team. And as the Lion Den grows and 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 grows, we're gonna multiply. We're gonna do big things. All right. If you didn't know, I'm your boy Mason Jyree. If you're new to the Lions Den, welcome, welcome, welcome. And when I say I love you, I mean it. Avant toi.